Muy buenas noches. Hoy vamos a empezar con un nuevo tema, bueno, un nuevo juego que se llama What Remains of Edith Finch. Entonces, es sobre una familia, por lo que podemos ver el árbol genealógico empieza con Odín, no, 1880, Odín a 1937, Edith de 1917 a 2010, wow. 117 años vivió. Ok, este es un árbol genealógico y ahí podemos ver a Edith. Vamos a ver desde el inicio. What remains of Edith Finch? Remains. Sí, no es así. Bueno, no sé. Vamos a ver cómo inicia este título. Vamos en un barco. Por lo que vamos a hacer de nuevo otro juego en primera persona. Ok. Oh, tengo un diario al parecer.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Empezaré por el principio, por mi casa. Ok, este juego está en inglés y tiene subtítulos en español.
I
Es
lived here
como,
until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
ok,
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
ok. Y no las vamos a abrir.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Ok. Aquí vamos
I don't
entrando, se ve
know.
bonito.
My mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
The Finch. Ok. Así podemos acercar la mira. Ah. Con triángulo ponemos pausa. ¡Wow! No
No one had
sabía.
driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Ok. Es muy tétrico. Vimos un venado que se fue por acá.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Ok. Tiene preguntas sobre su familia.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Está muy rara la
As
casa.
a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
¿Por qué miedo?
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Ok. Ok, vamos a investigar porque al parecer tenemos que entrar, pero no tenemos la llave. Así que... No, por aquí no creo que sea. Por aquí me lleva donde venimos. Entonces vamos a la izquierda. Y... A ver, aquí no hay nada, ¿verdad? ¿No? ¿Hay una manera de caminar más rápido? Dios, Ay, es un carro.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Ok.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
O sea, no hay luz. Aquí vemos que es como que la cochera, el garage.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
O sea, la niña perdió a sus familiares y heredó la
The table
casa.
was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Ok. Ah, ya no va a hablar más de eso. Ok, ¿qué se escuchó?
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Por acá.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Ok.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Mi hermano Milton.
Instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Ok, empezó a hacer frío.
Only one restaurant would deliver to our house. We had Chinese a lot. After Louis started working at the cannery, we all got pretty sick of salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Ok. Creo que ya no hay nada más por aquí. Entonces regresamos acá. Y vamos a tratar de abrir la puerta.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
¿Por qué se nubló? O sea, ¿hace sol o hace frío? No entiendo. La verdad no entiendo. Vamos a
After Milton
subir.
disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Ok. Vamos por acá.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Ok. Stephen Hoffman Finch, de 1915 a 1964. Eddie, de 1917 a 2010. Ah, trae de quién fue habitado. Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Del 76 al 77.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Calvin, del 50 al 61. Ok. Aquí es Molly, del 37 al 47.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
O sea, todas las habitaciones tienen de quién fue.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Tienen de quién fue la habitación y cuándo nació y
Barbara
murió.
was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Del 44 al 60. Good.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Ok. Entonces no es por aquí. Tenemos que ir realmente acá. ¿Esto por qué no está
I
cerrado?
spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Dime que lo abre.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
¿A qué le había tenido miedo mi madre?
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
¿Qué acá?
But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Se cerró, ¿no? Sí. Ok. Ok, por acá.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Ok.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Ok. Acá.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. My Halloween candy was all gone. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Se comió comida de ratón.
ate a lot of things that night.
Ok.
I kept eating and eating.
¿Hasta pasta de dientes se comió?
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
¿De aquí a dónde?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
¿Dónde estás? Ok, venimos por acá.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Por acá. Por acá. Por acá. Vamos para allá. Ok. Para allá.
I jumped and I almost got her.
Ok. Va allá arriba, ¿no?
I could tell she was getting really tired.
¿Dónde está?
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
¿Por dónde se fue? Allá arriba. Ok.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
O sea, ¿qué fumado fue esto? Es una niña. Y después fuiste un gato.
Rabbits.
Un conejito.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. And then I flew off to find something bigger.
A buscar algo mejor. ¿Qué puede ser mejor que un conejo para un búho? Bueno, una lechuza.
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
No, pues está muy fumado esto. Okay.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
¿Y ahora dónde está? No veo nada. Ya te vi.
Grabbed on tight, but I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
¿Soy un pulpo?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
¿Y la gente?
I was big, and I moved real quiet.
Okay.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Ok, vamos por acá. Ok. Vamos por acá afuera.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have. So I swam
¿Cuánto
towards
dura
it.
esto? ¿Cuánto?
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Fuera de broma, niña, ¿cuánto comiste?
I got closer and closer.
Ok. Solo estoy dando vueltas. Estoy en el cuarto de la niña, donde empezó todo.
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
¿Qué?
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
¿Qué fue eso?
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
¿Aquí qué hay?
We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Okay.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Y su casa.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Okay.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Han sido famosos por... Okay. Odín.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
A ver, vamos Molly, vamos Odín. Nos falta Bárbara, Calvin, Elsie, Sam, Walter, Gregory, Sam... Ah, no. Vamos a empezar. Falta Bárbara, Calvin, Sven, Eddie, Sam, Walter. Yo no entiendo las hojitas. Las hojitas dicen Sanjay, Sim, Ingeborg. ¿Es de dónde era, no? Yo creo. Pero bueno, nos faltan de nombres 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nos faltan 10 personas de dibujar. Diez personitas nos faltan de dibujar. Swing, hey. Justamente sin Eddie es uno de los que necesitamos. Ok, vamos a salir. ¿Qué es esto?
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Ok, se ve bien chistoso, un baño rosa.
It was a pretty big trace.
¿No puedo salir? ¿Por aquí no es? Ah, bueno. Me imagino que tengo que volver a salir por la ventana, ¿no? ¿No? ¿Por qué escucho ruidos? Aquí. Secret in this bathroom.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard.
Okay.
It's hidden in this book.
Es una casa con muchos pasadizos secretos. Eso está
Sven
padre.
gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
O sea, esto es bonito. Es padre, me gustaría una casa así. ¿Qué es esto? Me gustaría una casa con un montón de pasadizos. Así. Te ocultas y te ocultas. Milton. Ok. ¿Qué hay acá?
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Le gustaban tampoco como a mi madre. Pues sí. Calvin. 1950-61.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Espérenme, me estoy rascando. Listo. Ah, tengo el pin yesado.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom,
Ok.
and he did.
Vamos.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
Vamos.
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Ok.
then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
Tengo que dar la
That's what I
vuelta.
want to remember about my brother.
¿Qué está
The day he made
pasando?
up his mind to fly. And he did.
Se bugueó, ¿no? Ah, no, tenía que darle la vuelta.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Vamos, otro más. Falta
After the
9.
funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Espérense. Por aquí no puedo ir, ¿verdad? Aquí están sus estaturas. Ay, estaba bien grandote. Vamos por acá. No, tengo que agarrar. Chihuahuas. Neta, qué padre. que tenga de estas pasadizas.
The passages
Okay.
were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Okay.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Ok. Estás en el cuarto de Bárbara. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Todavía no. No he investigado bien este lugar. Bigfoot. ¿Cómo podía dormir con esa cosa ahí?
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was
Okay.
famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Porque en el momento oportuno.
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then
furious.
act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember by.
Barb, can you see my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the Late Picture Show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
¿Qué es eso?
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Ok. Estuvo coqueta la historia del cómic que hicieron de Bárbara. Estuvo padre. Bueno, creo que eso es todo. Vamos con lo siguiente.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Bárbara.
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
A veces así pasa. Ahí está. Está como lo pintaron, ¿eh? No, nada que ver acá.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Me imagino que porque hay un montón de metal y cosas como estas.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Ok. Aquí sí hay libros.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Esto es basura, ¿no? Ah, todavía hay comida.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Walter. Del 52 al 2005. Entonces tengo que caminar por
I
acá.
don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family.
¿Qué es esto? ¿Es como un tótem?
And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Okay.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Tengo que esperar, ¿no? Ok. So, prácticamente le dimos la vuelta a la
And when
casa.
you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
No, no es por acá. Es por allá, ¿no? Ando viendo si es por aquí. No, es por allá.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Exacto.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Barbara Finch. Walter Finch. Eddie. Sam Finch. Calvin Finch. Molly Finch. Wow.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Ahí está la casa.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Wow.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Where's Finch? So es un cementerio familiar.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
¿Embarazada 22 semanas a los 17 años? ¡Auch! Morra, tienes 17 años. Estás
I never
embarazada.
met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Me reservo mi cuenta. Pero no manches. Fue embarazada la morra.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Vamos a ver otra historia.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
What? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
It's too early, Dad.
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
¿Dónde estás? Ah.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
¿Tengo que tomar foto de eso? ¿A qué le debo tomar foto? Ok, no encuentro a qué le debo de tomar foto. ¿A qué le debo de tomar foto?
really should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don.
Qué bonito ciervo.
Take the shot, let me get a picture of it.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
Ouch.
Great shot, Don!
Ouch.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
still...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Ouch.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Nos falta Eddie. Flor.
Instead of hiding from death,
fulgor.
Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Ok. Ya no estamos viendo que, que hay un ciervo. El ciervo que mató a su papá. Bueno, que para allá sería con su abuelo. Vamos a ver hacia dónde nos lleva esto. No, es para allá. Vamos caminando. A ver qué nos encontramos. A ver qué
After Sam
vemos.
died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Gregory.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
No.
I wonder what he saw. his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination.
Qué padre está esto.
Whatever it was he saw.
Qué padre está esto. Creo que tengo que ir por los de allá arriba. ¿Qué tengo que hacer?
It sure made him happy. I know how silly it sounds. That I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could.
Okay.
Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything.
¿El niño se ahogó?
But I know what happened wasn't your fault. sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
No mamen. El niño se murió.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least...
Bueno chicos, hasta aquí vamos a dejar el primer capítulo de hoy. Yo sé que todavía nos faltan algunos personajes por ver. Llevamos a Molly, Bárbara, Calvin, Sam, Gregory y Odín. Todavía nos falta Eddie, Walter, Gus, Doug, Milton, Anne, Levi's, Lewis me imagino que es. 3, 4, 5, nos faltan 6 personajes todavía. Muchas gracias por haber visto este video y nos vemos hasta la próxima. Adiós.